to the entertaining Talkin' Sports.
What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video, and I will be live in about an hour for the Giants and Bears game. I'll have Bad Dog on the channel, so come on over and check that out. But what this video is about is news that just broke about an hour ago on the NFL pregame show. I think it was on Fox, and it's all over the internet now. It's on Bleacher Report. It's on ESPN. It's everywhere. That the New York Giants, if he becomes available, would have significant interest in Jason Garret. Jason Garret. Golf Clap Garrett. That guy. They'd have significant interest. And Jason Garrett's preferred destination, if he was fired from the Cowboys, would be the New York Giants. They even go as far to say that in 2014, the Giants would not have extended Tom Coughlin had they been able to bring in Jason Garret as the head coach. Now, if this is true, I don't know. But the guy that would be to blame for this, if this were to happen, would not be Dave Gettleman. It would be clearly Mara. Mara was the guy here in 2014, not Dave Gettleman. And I'm going to get into some of the quotes. But why in the world would our owner want to bring in Golf Clap Garrett? He's literally a clone of the guy that we currently have in here. The reason we hired Shurmur is because he's good with quarterbacks. The reason Garrett was hired is because he's good with quarterbacks. He's a former quarterback. He's done pretty good things with Dak Prescott, a fourth-round draft pick, and that's about it. His in-game decision-making is just as bad as the current coach we have. The same complaints we have with Shurmur. Run the ball. Run the ball. Cowboys have been screaming that for years with Ezekiel Elliott in that offensive line. The same complaints we have with Shurmur about clock management. The Cowboys have had the same exact complaints with Jason Garret for years. And this is the exact scenario I've been talking about when I say, I don't know if it's a good idea to fire Shurmur because you're going to end up with trash, which is what Jason Garret is. I know he's got a good win-loss record, but what coach would not have a good win-loss record in that scenario? Yeah, we're going to give you a top 5 defense. We're going to give you the best offensive line in football. We're going to give you a top 2 or 3 running back. Go ahead, have at it. There's not many coaches who aren't going to the playoffs with a team like that. And this guy has not been able to get him to the NFC title game since he's been there. The Cowboys have as much talent as anybody. And the fact that the Giants would even entertain this is a joke. I want to shoot down these rumors because they sound ridiculous. You're literally hiring, if this were to take place, a Pat Shurmur clone. They're like the same person, right? They're very, they're not energetic. They're known for their quarterback skills, and they're bad in-game decision-making. The only difference is we'd be getting this on a weekly basis. But let's jump into some of the quotes from the article, and there he is clapping. Here's the first one. The New York Giants have reportedly emerged as a real and legitimate potential landing spot for Jason Garret. If the Giants move on from head coach Pat Shurmur and the Cowboys don't retain Garret, per Ian Rappaport of NFL.com, which is something I'll talk about after the quotes. Next quote. This is the actual tweet that came out from Ian Rappaport. From NFL Game Day, could the New York Giants be a landing spot for Cowboys coach Jason Garret? If Dallas moves on from him, a look at one situation to keep watching. And then finally, this. Additionally, the Giants are Garrett's preferred destination. If things dissolve with the Cowboys, and New York reportedly would have moved on from former head coach Tom Coughlin in 2014 had Garret not signed a contract extension with Dallas. So that's the good news we have going for us right now, is this only becomes a possibility if the Dallas Cowboys were to move on from Garret. It's something they have not done. He's been there for, I think, almost 10 years. And, he's been rumored to be getting fired year in and year out, and the team always wins just enough games to keep him on. And right now, they're first in the division. They're 6-4. And as a Giants fan, I'm rooting for the Cowboys to win the division at this point. I want no part of Jason Garret. We're out of the race. And I don't want the Eagles to win to begin with. But if it means Jason Garret stays out of here, if the Cowboys win the division and win a round or 2 in the playoffs, let him advance a little bit. I'm not giving you a Super Bowl, but if you got to get to the divisional round to keep him, if you got to get to the NFC Championship game to keep him and sign Dak onto a $40 million contract, let's go Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? I want no part of Jason Garret. Give me another year of suffering with Pat Shurmur if that's what it's going to take. And Pat Shurmur, like I said, has done a good job with Daniel Jones, which I guess is the reason why you'd bring Garret in here. That's why he was hired in the first place. There's no change there. You just keep Shurmur on for another year if Garrett's going to be your option. That's what I worry about, because you're not going to get top-tier head coaches that want to come here. Or maybe our owner is just too oblivious. Why would you bring in a Pat Shurmur clone? Makes zero sense. And this rumor makes zero sense. But I'll say this. A lot of things about the New York Giants, had you asked Giants fans before they happened, they would have said you were a lunatic. Daniel Jones, Odell Beckham, things that you would have never expected. So I won't rule anything out with this football team. I just hope it doesn't happen. And I hope, Garrett stays on with the Dallas Cowboys, because it sounds as if he does become available, the Giants may in fact move on from Pat Shurmur and think about bringing in Garrett. And these rumors coming out maybe makes you think they will move on from Pat. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. I will be live streaming the game today against the Bears. I just want to get a video out on this. And I'll see you guys in about an hour. As always, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.